Hello, this is Virginia. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to show you how to stamp a large stamp with MISTI. So first of all, let's work on the pumpkin image. So I'm going to use the yellow first, just to start off. This will get the basic shape in the card. I'm stamping it upside down. Normally I could tilt it, but I think for the videotaping purpose, this is probably the best. And then I'm gonna wipe this off. If you want to be careful, you could always use washi tape to cover the area that you don't want to have the ink on. I'm just too lazy. I'm just gonna do this and go with the first stamp image. So there's a faint design on it, so let's keep working at it. I'm gonna do another layer of yellow. So back to stamping here, and again ink up the orange. Now I'm gonna stamp. There you see a much brighter orange image. And next I would like to use zig markers to have more shadings on the orange color, so the pumpkin will get more details. Again, this is only for your preference. You could stop anytime if you choose just to stamp twice or 3 times. And of course, the more you add, the more details you have. So it's getting there. And then this time I like to use another orange with slightly red, scarlet red. So for this part, just add more colors to it. There, it's much more vibrant. And now let's do the leaves. And I'm going to use this light pistachio to stamp the leaves. So let's do this. There, you definitely could see it's starting to take shape. And to add more interest, of course, it'll be fun to add more shading to the leaves and the pumpkins. So we're gonna continue to do this. This time I'm using a brighter green. I like these ink pad because it has a small point and it's easier to pinpoint the exact spot that you want to stamp. But of course you could use any ink pad that you have, or even coloring markers. So all that, and again there, it's much more vibrant. The next step I like to do is adding more shading, shadow at the bottom of the pumpkins. And I'm using the darker color, desert sand. I'm gonna ink up. There, I think it's very subtle and it's great. And I think I'm happy with the way pumpkin look. Now it takes us to the next step, and that's embossing. Because you can easily position the image I would like to emboss the image and add colors to the background. And so I'm using embossing body to clear the residue. And now I'm using Versa mark to stamp the whole image. And after I clear emboss it, then the image will stay the way it is, and I could do emboss resist. So, okay, next is clear embossing. So after I clear emboss the image, now I'm just going to heat it up. After clear embossing the image, now we could add distress ink and not worry about the ink get contaminated. I'm using antique linen. And I'm just gonna start from the bottom edge toward, again, one direction. I made a die cut to trim down the cardstock, and so now it's a regular card size, A2 card size. And I'm gonna ink up the edges a little more. I like the contrast of white and brown and dark. So in order not to contaminate my image at the top, when I do this, I would use a piece of paper just to keep the area clean. And now I'm just inking up the edges. For the sentiment, I chose to use Simon Says Giving Thanks and did a partial die cut. And this is how it comes after you did that cut. The card is complete. I added the twine, sequins, sentiment, and it's ready to go. Hope that you got inspired, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.